Hey guys, I am Colleen and I'm a person. I like to read and I like to write, but I do whatever on this channel. Happy holidays. I was gone for a bit. I was still posting shorts, but I didn't really post any long form content for a bit. I think almost a month now because my dog, she got really sick, as in she might not make it sick. And that was really rough. That took up a lot of time, but she's fine, which is great. After that, I got sick. I was really sad around the Christmas time. It was not fun. I hope that you had a better time than I did around the holidays. I genuinely hope that everyone had a lovely time this past Christmas, and I hope that you will have a lovely New Year as well. I am going to just get on my high horse for a bit and tell you some anime opinions that you didn't ask for. I had some time while convalescing to watch some anime, and I did that. And yeah, so I don't really have any notes because I sort of did a speedrun of all the mostly 2023 animes that I wanted to watch. So I can pretty much remember most of these, I think. It's protected here. I'm just going to waffle on about it, basically. I'm not really going to say anything pre-written about these. But yeah, spoiler warning, you have been warned. These are plot points and stuff. The first one that I watched was how Raeliana ended up at the Duke's mansion, and to be honest, I didn't really like it. I heard good things about the manga or the manhwa. I forget if it was a manga or manhwa, but yeah, I don't know. When I watched it, I felt like nothing was really happening. I liked the main character's personality. She was smart and calculating in a good way, but yeah, she's trying to avoid dying, which is the plot for a lot of these isekai manhwas. It was eating up a lot of episodes, but nothing was really happening with the plot. The next one is I'm going to write it here because I can try to pronounce the Japanese version. I took Japanese for a year, but I don't think that's much, and I don't want you guys making fun of me for a failed pronunciation thing. It's a fake dating at first, but then they sort of fell in love. It was fun, and some parts were funny, but I didn't remember it being remarkable. I don't know, I just thought Yamada-kun, the guy, was so bland. I didn't really like him. I think for such an animated female character, with her expressions, and she was very expressive and energetic, to pair her with this absolutely zero personality guy, he was good at gaming, but beyond that, I don't think he was even really interested in her. I think it was meant to be subtle, but it came off non-existent. And then I finished Tama-chan as a Girl. I only had one episode left of this, so to be honest, I forgot what happened to the rest of the series. The last episode was nice, and they got together. I don't remember being particularly impressed by the rest of the series. Again, I thought nothing was happening. I liked the main character in all her tomboyish glory, but yeah, I don't remember anything particularly interesting catching my attention with this series. Yeah, it was fun. It was, I guess. Skip to Loafer. It's the next one. And I really like this one. The female main, this is gonna sound so trite, but she's not your typical damsel in distress. She was a very funny character, and even the art, the expressions that were animated for her, it was really sort of comical almost, and I really liked it. It's a school themed series. You go into it expecting a romance, right? Surprisingly, I like that it prioritized friendship. You see these supporting characters and even the love interest being enamored by how genuine the main character is. There was no pretense at all to her, and I really liked that, and I really enjoyed the series. The next one I watched was Blend S, and this is not 2023. This is 2017, which is pretty old. You can sort of see that in the art style. A lot of anime still have this art style, but yeah, I could sort of tell. The setting gave me Maid-sama vibes. The love interest was very similar to Tamaki of Iran High School Host Club. It was super fun, the entire series. It could get kind of repetitive with what was happening, but it was so heartwarming and fun and light. And the only thing is that maybe it's my fault for judging by the poster, but I thought there was going to be a lot of cooking involved, and there wasn't really much of that. And I think that was like just my expectation. But anyway, I still enjoyed it. I just would have loved some cooking, because I watched that after I rewatched Bed and Breakfast for Spirits. You know that after watching Bed and Breakfast for Spirits, you're sort of like looking for the same pipeline of like food-related anime. The next two that I watched, Amagi Brilliant Park and the Special. And this is also not 2023, this is 2014, 15. I don't really see a lot of people talking about this anime, but it's so good. I really enjoyed it. First of all, the setting is like really unique. It's not your typical like school or a summer vacation, summer festival. It was a theme park. I really liked that there was a goal from the start of the series, and they sort of put this time pressure on it. Every day they were accomplishing this, and this, and improving the park. And I really liked that it started off sort of showing how decrepit the park was, and then they would focus on one attraction per episode and how they improved it. And the last few episodes were so heartwarming and inspiring, and I was crying. Towards the end, there's this part where they're hurting for guests, basically, and they started inviting friends and family, and everyone was showing up. You feel like you worked along with them the whole time. And yeah, it was super fun. I really liked it, and I'm going to rewatch it again. The next one is Sugar Apple Fairy Tale Season 2. I already spoke about the first season in a previous video, and with Season 2, I've already stated and still maintain that I love the art style of this anime, and I love the sugar making sculpting process, how that was animated, and it's just an interesting concept. And even the conflict of inequality between fairies and humans, it's such a great, profound message to tackle. I like this season better, but the thing is, basically I liked the entire series, and then I got to the last episode, and there was this line where they were talking to each other, and they were like, let's just stick together. This is just our version of forever, meaning as long as we can stay together, that if you ever meet someone. And then the girl's like, okay, so when I'm happy and you no longer need to protect me, you should also find the light for you. And I just thought it was so sad, because their romance had just started to come to fruition after all that strife from season 1, and I just felt like it diminished it. I don't know. Maybe I misunderstood. Maybe it's supposed to be something. But yeah, I'm a sucker for a happy ending for like romance-wise. The next one that I watched is Endo and Kobayashi I'm going to write it down. Basically, the concept is they're playing a game, and one day the characters of this game hear them playing the game and sort of think that they're gods. I stayed away from this anime for a while because I thought that it was like, I forgot the name, but I'm going to put it up here, where they're just characters and they're just acting as these characters. But it turns out it was a really unique concept because the video game characters had their own consciousness and the players had their separate consciousness. And the series set it up like they're from two different worlds that could connect. It was really fun, and it's a different take on the villainous trope. The next one is a girl and her guard dog. I don't know if I remember that correctly. Some of these titles be
really long. Please don't fault me for not remembering the whole thing all the time.
This is fiction. Of course, this isn't okay in real life. Yeah, all the warnings. I don't even know what to say. But yeah, there's some really big age gap here in the story. It's a lot like Koikimo. With anime, there's a lot of very niche subgenres, I think with manhwa as well. Even getting to the topics that are not for everyone. But yeah, I watched it anyway. And there's some cradle robbing going on. Let's set that aside. It was not like funny and fresh. There were some funny parts, but what I had an issue with is that they didn't really like each other the same way. Basically, the story set the love interest, the guy, to be this emotionally detached character. So his version of liking someone wasn't the same as how the girl liked him for so long. And I took issue with that because the severe age gap is already an issue in itself, and to then say that they're not even on the same page with the romance was not fun for me. I don't know what to say. I finished it. The next one is The Saint's Magic Power is Omnipotent, Season 2. This part 2 focused a lot more on romance, on the romantic aspect, than the first season. I saw a lot of people had a lot of complaints that nothing was happening, but I still really enjoyed it because it felt like all the aspects that were neglected in the first season were given more attention this season. They cured the realm of all the monsters and they fell in love, and just your typical feel-good romantasy. I felt like it was a typical but a good conclusion to the story nonetheless. The next one is, oh god, I can't remember this one.
And what is going on here? I forgot.
The next one is Our Dating Story. You were inexperienced and I was not. I feel like that was the title. But yeah, I'll put the English title somewhere. I liked how sort of timid and reserved the male lead was in this story. As the title would suggest, it's about two people who get together early on in the story and sort of discover how compatible they are, even though they're very different personalities. The girl is super energetic and she's got a reputation for being like super outgoing and promiscuous. Why did I get so weird with that word? And the guy is sort of like a nerdy, introverted type. They bring out the best in each other. You can sort of, I feel like I'm saying sort of a lot, but please forgive. The girl had a pure, innocent side to her as well, and the guy learned to be more outgoing and try new things because of the girl. I liked it, I enjoyed it. The next one that I watched is A Galaxy Next Door. It was not giving. I feel like they were going for something here, but it did not deliver. I just felt very lukewarm about it. It was an interesting concept because there's a fantasy aspect and they accidentally got engaged because of this magical circumstance. In the blurb, that was supposed to be the main thing, right? But watching it, that factor was very much diminished, and it sort of became just like a slice of life thing. The male lead is a manga artist, and the female lead is a princess, but she wants to be a manga artist as well. And the guy has these two siblings that he has to take care of. Again, nothing was really particularly impressive about it. The next one is the OVA of The Ancient Magus' Bride. This is the one, there are several with this series. This is the one in between the first season and the season 2 part 1, where there's a library and this guy who is the master of the library. It was so sad. Don't even watch it if you're not ready. It's a really, really good story for the short amount of episodes that it had. It only had 3 episodes, I think. But it was really good and sad and all the feels. Watch it, but also don't watch it. I don't even know, but yeah, I'm just warning you, it was really sad. I also watched both parts of the second season of The Ancient Magus' Bride. When I read reviews about the second season, a lot of people didn't like it because it was so different from the vibe of the first season, and I do understand that. A lot of people didn't like it because with the first season, it was sort of whimsical and magical, and each episode had a really strong relationship with nature and the beginning, the end of life. I don't know, it had a lot of great messages rooted in this whimsical, magical world. The second season is a bit more structured and a little more predictable than the first season, because with the first season, there were different stories and you don't really guess where it's going. The second season is a bit more predictable plot-wise. They're in a confined setting. It's a college. They're in college. Elias is still there. He's a professor there, while Chise is attending school. For me, it was great in a different way. I liked it in a different way than I liked the first season. It's still a really great story to follow and really well made. And I really like that they grew as individuals, Chise and Elias. They got to make friends, they got to get to know each other more and each other's personal preferences and stuff. Bigger plot wise, it was a bit Chamber of Secrets-esque. It gave me that vibe because it's a school and it's very Hogwartsy, and there's a book, a very dangerous book that ends up in the hands of an unsuspecting little girl who doesn't know how to handle the power of the book, and it sort of consumes her, which is very Chamber of Secrets if you watched Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. I still really liked it, and I'm glad that it's not the end, basically. At the end of this season 2, part 2, there's a preview, sort of, to the next chapter of the story, and I like that it's not over. So right now, I'm watching Apothecary Diaries. Watch it. Oh my god, it's so good and so well made. I never really watched anything that resembles that same vibe. I've seen The Raven of the Inner Palace, which is what a lot of people liken to Apothecary Diaries, but I thought it was really different. The vibe of the main character and the love interest, the humor that they injected into the story, even though the female lead is like a Sherlock / Dongy sort of character. But yeah, I really liked it. I really liked it. I'm very excited to see what's going to happen next with it, and I hope that they come out with more episodes faster because I'm not great at waiting. I'm also watching The Noble Lady That I Rescued. I'm giving a crash course on naughtiness. I did not say that in the correct order, but yeah, I'm watching that. That one is fun, but slightly repetitive. I'm enjoying the dramatics of the warlock, the male lead. The entire story is very fun and light. And the girl is sort of clueless and pure and doesn't know how to take care of herself. This wizard is teaching her how to live, basically. And yeah, fun. The next series that I'm watching is not 2023, but 2021. It's the case study of Vanitas. I'm not really done with it yet, so I can't really say much, but it's really interesting. It's a vampire series. It's funny, and I like funny, and I'm still watching it. I will reserve judgment until I've watched more episodes. I understand that there are 2 seasons out so far, and hopefully I finish both. So there you go, to end the year. So much anime and a lot of opinions that you did not ask for. I hope you enjoyed this video. Like, comment, subscribe if you want to. If this video got you interested in watching anime or any of these 2023 releases, I would be very glad. And if you find anything that is very close to Apothecary Diaries, please let me know because I'm searching. I will see you guys next time.